is a war. It's happening now. It will decide the fate of humanity. The time to choose sides has come. We are the resistance. We are the InfoWar. Again, we must stop calling these people liberals. And you know, over the years, I've been against the Republicans and the Democrats, and I am against the Republican leadership. But the Democrats, with the demographics, everything, they want to go for it all. They are the big enchilada. And big Tea Party Republicans everywhere are being attacked because when they go to Congress, when they go to the Senate, the House, they actually do what they say they're going to do, like Ted Cruz, Rand Paul, and others. And other Republicans that were more libertarian-leaning are now, quote, radicalizing, which isn't radicalizing at all. Now, we're going to talk more about that coming up in the next segment. But David Knight, you were going to this other gun piece.
Yeah, I would just say they're not calling themselves liberals either, Alex. They're calling themselves progressives. You know, because every time people realize what they really stand for, they got to change the label. So that's the label of Vogue today. Is.
Well, I've been around a lot of big Democrats. They are social engineers.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, they know they are. And they go, of course we're manipulating people, and laugh at me. I want to punch them in the nose.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, we're just talking about how they demonize gun owners, how they demonize guns. They want everybody to be afraid of these labels and these imaginary things. They've got schools that are staging active shooter drills with blanks and fake blood in Missouri. This is in Missouri's Lincoln County schools.
It's happening everywhere under federal grants.
Yes, yes. But we've got an interesting video here that IntelliHub put up, and we've got it linked.
Yeah, Shepard Ambulance, great researcher.
Yeah, one of the things I said in there, this is even scarier because it's on my home turf. It's going to make me second-guess my own school. They're trying to deliberately scare them. And you know, these kids need to be careful about this kind of stuff because they might find themselves in a real false flag attack. They might find themselves...
That's right. They'll use a drill.
That sort of thing.
They'll use a drill.
Yep.
Exactly.
So it's a very, very sad thing. If you see this video, I mean, they're like walking zombies with gunshot wounds on their head and on their neck. That's precisely what they're trying to do. It's a propaganda campaign, just like Eric Holder said. We're going to make everybody afraid of gun owners. We're going to propagandize them. We're going to brainwash them is actually what he said.
Did you ask Kid, who's there working, to post that article?
Yeah, I think he's got it up.
Oh, there it is. It's in the tiles on Infowars.com. Good job, Kid, up here working on Sunday.
Yeah.
We should probably put that as the second story, actually. It ties in under U.S. Army builds fake city in Virginia. Practice military occupation. We should probably post the IntelliHub article right there as well.
And they're doing it over and over again. And there's just this one county. The guy said they've done it over a dozen of these drills in just the last year that he's participated.
Oh, yeah, they never stop. I wish this wasn't true. I wish this wasn't happening. But it is happening. And the average person is good in this country. I don't care if you're in government or in private business or a corporation or a school teacher or a farmer. I don't care what color you are. You want to be free. And you want justice. Well, we have to stop being naive. And actually, people aren't naive. 6% approval rating for Congress? People won't even believe that. Guys, put in Gallup, lowest approval for Congress ever, 6%. This is an illegitimate government. And it's not going to go quietly. And I don't just mean Obama. I mean the whole stinking thing. And the good news is, if everybody just starts speaking up, if everybody just starts saying no, even in little ways, this system will come down. When I went up to Dallas for the 50th anniversary of the assassination of JFK, when I went there, you guys found 13. That's an old one. It's all right. I'll pull it up. Just type in Congress has 6% approval rating. It was a big deal 3 months ago. I'll pull it up. It's all right. The issue is that when I went up to Dallas, if you're a radio listener, we're simulcasting TV at InfoWarsNews.com and PrisonPlanet.tv. There's free feeds at InfoWars.com/show. So you can go there and actually see the feeds, find the podcast, and more. But I digress. The point I'm trying to get at here is that when I went up there, I had correspondents, 2 of them. The same thing happened to Gucciardi. He was up there with me. But his was separate. It was a French international agency. I had the big, there was people there from NBC, CBS. There was only one barbecue place nearby. They come over, we appreciate your work. We know this is all real. And we know we're going to have jobs soon anyways. It's really a depression. Just keep it up. And We're trying to figure out how when we leave this business, I'm 65 years old, the guy would say, but I'm trying to figure out how we can start some media thing to fight this. So, we sit here going, oh, don't get us military, don't get us police. The globalists are scared. They're trying to get them ready to counter us because the truth is we're actually having a huge effect, not just this show, but the common sense out there.
Yeah.
And so I just want to say great job to the crew, great job to you, David, to our sponsors, our affiliates, our listeners. This is a big deal we're doing here, though. That's why I say I don't feel worthy to be on the air sometimes, is because this really is a big deal. I mean, we really are seeing a technotronic, high-tech police state takeover. And we need to counter it. You've got 3 children. I've got 3 children. Your comments on that, David, and then we're going to get into some really positive news.
Well, I think when you look at this last election, when people see what they did to Ron Paul, to Gary Johnson, other people, it's something I experienced with the Libertarian Party years and years ago. They were very much afraid of Ron Paul and Gary Johnson, anybody who has a message. And so they do everything they can to suppress that message because it's so powerful. And although they can rig the debates, they can rig the media, just a little bit of that gets out, and it was very apparent to people this last time exactly what was going on. And now we've got Time magazine coming out and saying the same sorts of things that we've been saying for years. Years ago, Harvard did a study that was based in China where they looked at the effects of fluoride on children's IQ, and they saw that it lowered it by 20 points. Now, a lot of people pushed back and said, yeah, but those levels are higher than you're going to get in the U.S. Well, how do you know what the levels are if you just dump it in the water indiscriminately? You can't control for dosage if you're going to force medicate the public by dumping it into the water. Everybody's going to get a different dosage, and you need a different dosage if this was a fake.
Look, they've always known with rats for hundreds of years. The point is the facts are out, and Time magazine
exactly
lists fluoride and 4 other compounds as brain damaging the American people. Yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
I have John P. Holdren's book he wrote the year I was born. He's now the science czar, eco-science, bragging about how they're doing it.
Yeah. And so, but it's interesting that Time would come out with this. I mean, this came out about 10 days ago or so. We covered it on the nightly news. When this new study came out, what they did was Harvard and China went back and they looked at about 27 studies, if I remember the number correctly. It was over 2 dozen. And they averaged together.
Yeah, the article's on screen.
Yeah, they looked at the amount of exposure, the amount of fluoride, and then looked at the corresponding drop in IQ. There's no question that fluoride causes a drop in IQ.
There's no question rat poison lowers IQ?
That's right. There's no question about it. They're just trying to quantize how much this amount of fluoride is going to lower your IQ points. And what they came up with over the 27 studies was 7-point drop. And they repeat that here in Time magazine. They say exposure high levels of fluoride from drinking water can contribute to a 7-point drop in IQ on average.
By the way, that's a huge whitewash. Most of the studies, depending on the amount you get.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking 10, 20, 30 points.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But it's finally coming out, and we know.
But I mean, it came out in a Harvard study last year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
In 2000 and in 2010, they had almost every EPA and FDA scientist get together. I've had these scientists on that got it going. They bring almost unanimous signed medical toxicology research to the FDA and the EPA to say, take it out of the water.
Yes. Yes. People should get angry about this, very angry about this. They get angry about Obamacare, and they should. But this is forced medication. Even if you thought it was safe and effective, how can you justify them force medicating the public with anything?
Look, they want us dumbed down. That's why they teach 2. Look, I rest my case. The government teaches 2 + 2 = 4 in the public schools. No, I had a Freudian slip. 2 + 2 does equal 4. The government teaches under Common Core 2 + 2 = 5.
Yeah.
I just have trouble saying things that aren't right on purpose. The point here is that maybe a conspiracy theory for new listeners. You may think it's 5 because Obama said so.
Yeah.
But I will assure you 4 + 4 = 8. 2 + 2 = 4. You can call me extreme or racist if you want. You like your health care getting doubled? I mean, it's a fact. They lied to you. You can't keep your doctor. I want to come back and take phone calls on any of the issues we've raised for first-time callers. I'd like to hear from military, active duty, police, you name it, about the main mission now. And they all know this. Police are trained everywhere that veterans will bomb them with IEDs. That's been going on 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
You are watching the best of The Alex Jones Show, weekdays from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Central. Watch live at Infowars.com/show or become a member of InfoWarsNews.com and help us take resistance to the next level.